Live. Good afternoon. I hope you're enjoying the program. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope I've done great bringing wonderful conversations your way. We still have 1 hour of topical, or is it less than an hour, about 45 minutes of topical conversation to have, and you and I would look at something that is important: security. We're going to focus on security. But before I do all of that, you're welcome to Hard Facts, 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kaladako Rubata, but it's my pleasure having you on the other side of the radio. And see, I know I say it a lot, I say it every time I come on, but it's actually a pleasure having you on radio, on the other side of the radio, because I spend most of my money in thinking of our conversations. That's how much it means to me. All of my money, right? It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue having wonderful conversations like this as we try to tailor society for the better. Okay, so that being said, I should mention we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube, we're active on X, Nigerian for PH. You could also follow me, Dekalada, Thekalada. Okay, now to the nitty gritty. Security. Yeah, we've heard security is everybody's business. Indeed, it is. Indeed, it is everybody's business. And security is very important because for a society to grow, security is paramount. As a matter of fact, in the northern part of the country, you hear kidnappings, you hear abductions, you hear murder, you hear different things, right? Different insecurity stories, every now and then. And if you look at the statistics and the data, it is affecting things like food supply, production, businesses. It's not as it was before when it boomed, it was flourishing. And that's how important security is. You could also look at the Niger Delta. We're getting to hear stories of divestment. We're getting to hear stories of not meeting our target as it relates to oil production. And sometimes it can be related to insecurity stories or reports. We've also seen the government try its best. I'm talking about the state level now, the state River State government now. They've tried their best to ensure that they attract investment into the state. But sometimes the reports that emanate from the state does not give, according to some analysts, the required confidence for investors to come in. Now, I'm not saying investors are not coming in. We want them to come in so that we can have more jobs and we're going to have more flow in terms of currency. But if you go back to the statistics, was it 2022, you would see that there was zero investment, outside investment, in the state. And it was due to the kind of security reports that were emanating from the state at the time. Also, I'm very much passionate about the free speech OSFOL, movement that is ongoing out there on social media, and it's because it's a young guy who's trying to get by, and he was kidnapped, and nothing has been heard since 300,000 naira was given to the abductors. So you see, these are the issues. Security, very, very important. And that is why when the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoku, decides to, for the upteenth time, redeploy a police commissioner here or from River State, is worth talking about. So Olatunji, I hope I pronounced it well. Olatunji, yeah, that's the pronunciation. Olatunji Disu has now been redeployed to Abuja, I think, as a commissioner there. And we now have the commissioner, Delta State Police Command, coming into River State, to help boost security in the state. Now, the question that I would love to ask first is, how would you rate Olatunji's time in office as the police commissioner, River State, in terms of making sure his men act professionally? Because I've seen his men at St. John's Junction, Warfare Road. I've seen his men at other George, what they call that place now, where the where the bend is, that bend, that sharp bend. I'm trying to remember. There's a particular name they call it. I've seen his men at Okilton Junction. I've seen his men at Obirikwere NTA Road access. I've seen his men at the AIT access. I've seen his men even in GRA, right? I've seen them, and usually, there's the Roger me kind of thing going on there. So I wonder how you would rate him when it comes to putting his men in order, putting them in check, and ensuring that they act professionally. Did we see police abuse citizens of the state? Did we see all of that happen, or were they minimal? I'd like to hear from you from that perspective. Also, from the political perspective, how would you rate Olatunji Disu? Because there were talks that he had taken sides even during the big stories. When I brought up the issue, some people said, oh no, he took, Robin Maja, if I remember vividly, he talked about how he may have taking sides at the time, especially with the local government secretaries and all. I'd like to get your thoughts on that one, because for me, I know I argued at the time that maybe what it did was to ensure that there was no breakdown of law and order in the state. But we want to look at it from the political angle. Remember, November 2023 was when Disu was redeployed to Rivers State, and it was redeployed in the thick of the political battle at the time. So I'd like to get your thoughts on that one as well. When it relates to crime fighting, because every now and then, I think weekly, I would say, just like the one before him, CP Emeka, we would see, we arrested this person, or this woman kidnapped children. We would see, these people from a car snatching syndicate, we apprehended them, we shot them. The Tubaba story, General Tubaba story, would also go into the books as under the administration of Olatunji Disu. So how would you rate his time as Commissioner of Police? What are the things you think he could have done better? What are the things you think he did well? And how would you judge the security architecture under his command? But now that we are having a new commissioner of police in the state, a new police chief, I'm talking Olufemi Abaniwanda, what do you expect him to bring to the table? When you apply for a job, or when you're applying for a job, usually they ask you that question, what are you bringing? or if it's a relationship, they ask you, what are you bringing to the table? And so, we're asking the same question. What do you think CP Olufemi Abaniwanda should bring to Rivers State, should bring to the security architecture in Rivers State? I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you think as it relates to his men, or the professionalism of his men, ethics and all. What do you think he should bring, or he should initiate as it relates to the politics? Because we're still in the political season here in River State. What do you think should be his method of approach as it relates to crime fighting? It looks like we're having a lot of one chances these days. We're having kidnappings. We're having, certain land disputes. Pockets of, crime here, crime there. It was in the news a couple of days ago that one individual had stolen over 10 cars in Port Harcourt. So, what approach should he bring to crime fighting? What are the preventive measures, that he should put in place to ensure that, the evil perpetrators don't perpetrate crime to the point where residents are sleeping with one eye open? So that's the conversation I want to have. Let's set an agenda, a good one, a positive one, so that once again we can have a robust security architecture, and we could go about our businesses and not be afraid of the criminals and the evil perpetrators. So 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, and 0817 923 0007. These are the call numbers. Call me. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are as it relates to these. And the WhatsApp number is 0809 And, back to politically, more importantly, we are told that the 5th of October would be, or is, the date for the local government election. However, remember there's an ex-parte order saying the police and other security agencies should not provide security cover for RESEC. What do you think would be, or should be the action of the police as it relates to, because like a lawyer argued in the studio some time ago, it is the responsibility of the police to forestall the breakdown of law and order and to protect the lives of individuals in the country and even in the state. A quick commercial. When I do come again, we'll talk some more. Just stay tuned. Line news, I wasn't called for government following printed budget. Resmunduru and car concern over flood. River State New start to argue for commission over expert for rising transport costs. EFCC insists former Kogi State Governor Bello wanted. On the foreign scene, exploding walkie-talkies injure 100 in new attacks across Lebanon. Details in the CPM bulletin. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I am Kalada Kurubatubo.
Allow us to save you the stress. On our automation and printers, use for save more on the Cherry.
This hard facts.
All right, 5:31 p.m. Good afternoon to you. Still not yet evening. I'm Kalada Kurubatubo. It is my pleasure having you on the other side of the radio. You're listening to Hard Facts on 92.3 Nigeria Info. And yes, I'm looking at the story or the report that Rivers State has got a new police chief. And my questions are numerous, a plethora of them. First, how do you score the outcome chief? Secure state, at the politics, looking at fighting, looking at the professionalism of his officers, and expectation for the new team, politics, in terms of fighting, in terms of professionalism for the officers, police strength. It's time for us to talk about gold. 092-3-0-2-0-17-93-0-1-92-007. What's up? 0-3-0-4-1-6. The conversation for the score. 9.3 Nigeria. What's your name? Where are you from? Yeah, good evening to you. Yeah, good evening.
I don't have to tell the police. The police were trained for their job. And all I can say is that they should be professional in the discharge of their duties. Once a policeman decides to play politics, you will see the result. So my advice for the new CP is to stay away from Rivers politics. Rivers politics will spoil everything for him.
Clinton, is it possible, I mean, with how the politicians play the politics in Rivers State, is it possible for the police not to be involved? I mean, for instance, look at the local government situation and how it played out and how it is still playing out. Was it possible that the police not get involved in the whole drama or the whole situation?
The truth of the matter is that you're trained as a professional police officer. If you want to uphold the tenet of the Nigerian police force, you will discharge your duties without any influence or anywhere. So the thing I will say to the UCP, leave their politics, do your duties. If anywhere they want to indict you, you report to the approval authority. It's as simple as that. Then ensure that policing is local, not just with the big men. Come to the localities, the villages, and police properly. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. I've got Ida from Nkoro. Ida, welcome. What is on your mind?
Yeah, Canada, good evening.
Yeah,
Canada, this married and transfer command is the best commissioner of police.
How is it the best?
Can you took over from another person.
Yeah.
The city is calm. This whole season is over. After this IYC election that took place, this man is the best. I pray that they should bring him back to River State again. Thank you very much. God bless.
All right, Ida from Nkoro, welcome. Keep your calls coming in. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. I mean, you could also, for those of you who, have had dealings with police officers in recent times, you could also tell me what your experiences are like and, what the new CP should do to erring officers. I've got Daniel from Imogate. Daniel, welcome. What is on your mind? Tell me.
Good evening, my brother Kalada.
Yeah, greetings to you.
Jinke Daniel Imogate Oswako. I am calling from Abia State. And the police commissioner is for River State. But I have something to say.
Tell me about it.
Yes, even though I am from Abia, that's where I am setting for where I am calling from. Well, Felix Mbo paid over, correct me if I am wrong, because you know much about the river than I. Stayed over 2 years and then frustrated the administration of Amechi. And since that time, all the EC, all the police commissioners coming to River State, I don't think any of them has lasted more than 6 months.
CP Disu lasted more than 6 months. November to September is more than 6 months, right?
Okay, maybe a year. And I keep wondering, what is happening? River State is not that volatile. I don't know why they are changing their commissioners. That's my take this evening. I will submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So you have a problem with the continuous change of police chiefs in River State. Andy is calling from Rupoko. Andy, welcome. Talk to me. What's on your mind?
Yeah, Canada, good evening.
Yeah, greetings.
Yeah, Canada, I think even if we come up to the extent of saying all that we have said or what we will say or what I'm about to say, the truth still remains. I might be the one that might, at the end of the day, not say the truth about the former police commissioner. But for me, I think that what he came to this state to do was to put the state into a comatose.
Well, how do you mean? No, so calm down. How do you mean he put the state in coma? Explain, please.
Kalaga, do you know that up to now that local government councils are being locked?
Yeah, I do.
So who has been manning that gate or those gates?
Andy, do you blame? And like I was asking Clinton, do you blame the police? You know, there is the Supreme Court judgment that says CTCs are illegal. What do you think the work of the police is? It's to enforce the law. I'm coming. I'm not done. Andy, I'm not done. That doesn't make it right. Holding it in other state doesn't make it right. So I'm going somewhere. So yet again, do you blame the police when the Supreme Court says caretaker is wrong, and then also the court says the other divide cannot extend their term in office? So what is the police supposed to do? Allow both parties fight? Andy, please answer.
Kalada, see, we know the truth.
Tell me about
in as much as yes, we want to exonerate. Canada, how has it been before now? I am not saying yes, caretaker, chairman, or members are legal. No, I am not saying so. But what we are saying in essence is, at this moment, who is the governor?
So let me ask a question. Let me ask you a question. So if the governor, Andy, so if the governor is wrong, are you saying nobody has the right to tell him?
The governor is not wrong constitutionally.
Oh, really? Really? So
yes.
Are you saying the governor can do away with the Supreme Court judgment? Educate me. I've loved to.
The Supreme Court judgment has been on before Tinubu came into power.
Okay, but my point is the Supreme Court has given a judgment, and it's the Constitution that you're talking about says the Supreme Court has got the final say. That's what the Constitution says.
Do you know what you're insinuating right now?
No, tell me about it.
Finally, what you're insinuating right now is that when a Supreme Court matter comes and the judgment is given, that anybody who is in power can bend it to himself. Then when he's out, he can bend it to wherever. So what
do you mean by bend it? Because you've confused me. Supreme Court says
because the former governor of Rivers State was among the people who has been enjoying this aspect of caretaker.
Sorry, what?
So why must it be now?
So if the former that's where my confusion is. So the former governor, let's assume assumption now. Let's say the former governor killed Kalada, right? Kalada is dead. Murder is a crime, and he got away with it. Does it mean another person can kill Andy and get away with it? I'm wondering. Educate me on that. Educate me, please.
No, I think this your poll is different because one, do you know why I'm saying so?
Tell me about
because this Supreme Court matter we are talking about now has nothing to do about death. And secondly, also
illegality is illegality.
And exonerations of 3 months. States should go and do their elections, local government elections. Whose other states are going about it? People say their own will be by next week. So why would it be that it is Liverpool that is the problem?
Andy, I think you should have judged from the point if the elections were held, and then the police refused the new, what they call them, chairmen to get into office. I mean, that's when you would have said, "Oh,
Okay, so if Kubala Stamp had allowed the former local government chairman to have gone into that place,
but the police did not. The police did not allow them as well. I mean, that's where I'm coming from. Do you blame the police because the police did not allow them as well? Get the point where I am coming from.
Like finally, I think that the former commissioner of police did not do anything at all. He just came to divide the
okay.
Thank you very much. And God bless.
You're entitled to your opinion. Aliose, sorry I kept you for so long. Keep those calls coming in. I'm going to take this one myself. My network is down. Keep trying. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003 and 0817 923 0007. Yes, you can drop your WhatsApp messages. 0809 030 6416. I've got Origi. Origi is calling me from Ogbogu. Let's take a listen. Origi, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kalanda. How are you?
I am doing great. Welcome on the show. Let's get talking, please.
You know, our people hanging is way completely wrong for go. The commissioner of police has finished his own tenure and he's going. They are not doing it all. They have done the one he needs to do and left others for people to do. For me, I really think that he has not done what other ones have done too, because crime has not stopped.
Okay.
The little he was able to do, he has done it. That is all. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Nobody's talking about the new commissioner. What are your expectations? Everybody's so hell-bent on, scoring the former commissioner, but nobody's talking about the new commissioner and what your expectations are as it relates to his resumption here in River State. This one says, please tell the new CP to ensure that River State Police Command has or have a technology device that can track criminals. They will also, this will also help him to combat insecurity in the state. Anonymous. All right, Anonymous, thank you very much. This one says, the changing of police commissioners in River State is a good one. This is because the recent donation of routine vehicles to Disu Olatunji by the governor of River State is an attempt to pocket. Come on now. Come on. That's an allegation. I'm going to stop there. But I've got Lucky calling from Eche. Lucky, welcome. Tell me your thoughts. I'd love to hear them.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kalada.
Yeah, Lucky, I'm listening. Let's get your thoughts.
Olo Lucky from Mumbai, Eche.
Olo Lucky, it's been a while. Welcome. It's good to hear your voice.
Yes. I want to thank the outgoing CP in River State, CP Disu, and also beg the new commissioner of police not to follow the way his predecessor, because he was somehow, if not partisan, and was taking instruction from Abuja.
Do you have evidence that if Lucky, do you have evidence that he was? I mean, all commissioner of police take
yes. He was
orders
in the
from
public
Abuja.
domain. You cover his car. Your reporters was out there. You are seeing what his men was doing to supporters of
was that proof?
Locked them up.
Was that proof that he was taking orders?
The governor stood up and he called them and he said, this time he won't take it. So we are all here in River State.
Okay. All right then. All right. Thank you.
So now my point is that let this new commissioner of police not to take instruction coming from Abuja or course coming from Abuja. We will not get it
Lucky,
right.
Let's have a conversation.
They are professional. Let them act as people that is professional.
All right, Lucky, thank you very much. All police commissioners take orders from Abuja. That's why they've got the Inspector General of Police. Anyways, they've got Godspar from Iche. Godspar, welcome.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the truth. All commissioners must dance to where there is juicy something, If it's coming from governor and that man for accessible and more juicy, you will dance to them.
Gospel, that's an
Let me
allegation.
tell you.
That's an allegation.
You may not understand what I'm saying.
I mean, that's an allegation. You have to make me understand with
Okay,
evidence.
could be allegation. Let me tell you. They take order from Abuja, but there may be some manipulation of their orders.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Oh, okay.
We are saying now that he should be more professional because he's coming as commissioner. He should not be partisan. He should not start anyone. He should face the truth as the truth is. But it may not work in that way. Something may be fishing somewhere, and there are maybe wicked hands somewhere. You may not understand what I'm talking about. So those things you are playing as, that has been playing as, you can't change it overnight. And let me stop so far. So a lot of other stuff. And I want to go forward. Thank you. God bless.
All right, God's power from HA. Thank you very much. And someone just reminded me what the name of the band I was looking, to remember along Ada George. It's called Akania. So if you are someone who uses that route, you would agree with me that along the Akania axis of Ada George, you would always see them. So, what do you think the new commissioner should do as it relates to the professionalism, the ethics of police officers in various states? And this one says, that curve is Akania points. Thank you very much. Someone the Disu era was bad. Many may not accept this, but it's almost a normal thing with the CPs in various states. It's like they are sent here to come make money after a shine over a public outcry, then they mess up big time. Sukari from El Prama right now. All right, I don't get the last part of your message, but thank you nonetheless. I'm going to go back to the phone line 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. What is on your mind? I've got questions and I'm looking forward to your answers. What is your expectation for the new Commissioner of Police, Olufemi? Is it Awani Wanda? Awani Wanda, I think. Olufemi Awani Wanda. What is your expectation for him as he resumes office? Maybe in a bit, maybe the media will be called and there will be a press briefing. But what's your expectation? And yet again, I'm wondering, how are you judging the performance of the outgone Commissioner of Police, Amadi from HA? Amadi, welcome.
Hello, Kalanda.
Welcome. Talk to me, please.
Yeah, good evening. Patrick Amadi.
Welcome.
I'm calling from HA.
Welcome.
Yes, back to your question on what police will do to add professional in this state. Is you have to also follow the steps that the former commissioner have taken, because the order comes from federal. Every order that police use is coming from federal, and it will be very, very wrong and division if there will be another order apart from order coming from federal government. So I urge the new commissioner of police to also stand with the instruction on ground before he enters, so that he acts professional. That's my humble suggestion.
All right. Thank you very much, Amadi from HA. Thank you. All right. I'm having issues, I do believe, with the WhatsApp message. I'm going to be taking many more calls. Well, Igbani Joe says, I believe that the new Commissioner of Police posted to River State will be professional in his responsibilities and ensure adequate security of lives and property. Though past commissioner actually tried his best. The new commissioner should collaborate with communities in information gathering. Igbani Joe, thank you very much. Right, 5 more minutes and then I would have a commercial. This one says, let the former commissioner of police go with his wahala. It was too political for my liking. I welcome the new one and wish him divine wisdom and professionalism. Dr. Rosie from Rumaolu. Okay. When you say it was too political, can you explain? I'd like to hear. Let's take this call. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Your name and location. Hello, are you there? Okay. You disconnected, but please do call back 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. I've got Muriel, and she's calling from Okrika. Muriel, welcome.
Thank you, KDB. Good evening.
Yeah, greetings.
Look, KDB, I will be very plain with the commissioner. If he thinks that they are expecting people to bring information to them, I think they must be really mistaken. People will not come. People are scared for their lives. And so they should send their men to go to the rural communities. KDB, in my community, there is a police station built. And up till now, for years, police, they've not assigned anybody to that unit. Why? Very beautiful building along the urban road. Please, the commissioner should tell us why have they kept that building?
Right.
But so is that building just their life follow? Process have overgrown it. Painted very neat.
Right.
And I want to ask him, please, what is he doing about we are hearing about this false crisis in various campuses. What are his intentions?
All right, I've got to go.
Sending them to a station there, and the elections, will they be supporting the governor in this upcoming local government election?
I've got to go. I've got a commercial. Muriel, thank you for your time.
Here is a refutal by Kula community. The Amanabo of Kula Kingdom, His Royal Highness King Sir Dr. Kroma Amabibi Eleki JP, Sarah the 14th, and the Kula Council of Chiefs wish to strongly dissociate Kula community from a misleading and malicious radio announcement purportedly credited to some executives of organizations of the community against the operations of Belema Oil Producing Limited in the area. The Community Development Committee, CDC Chairman of Kula, Tekena Amakri, the Chairman of Kula Compound Heads, Young Dolphin, the Kula Youth President, Ariyeta Manoprim Emine, and Kula Women Leader, Goba Iwo, had alleged that Belema Oil is operating in the area without the consent of the King, the Kula Council of Chiefs, and other leadership organs of the community. The aforementioned leadership organs are creation of the